they have to extract some level of value from you. You have to pay dues, right? You have to do volunteer work. You have to be prestigious and represent the organization a certain type of way, right? You have to be able to do certain things and that you help other people become better versions of themselves. You add value into that organization. If you join into any social circle, not just if you pledge, if you join into any social circle, right? If you go into a country club, if you go into a place where you have to pay dues in order to be a part of that organization, you network effectively by being able to pour into other people and they see the value that you add into the group. And as a result, you become much stronger as a unit than you are as an individual, which is one of the reasons why we network effectively in the first place. You have to add value into that organization, which is one of the reasons that they recruit you to then participate in what it is that they're building as a unit, right? Relationships is the only thing in the world that you automatically by default as a woman deserve to get the best, even though you didn't have to do anything to do. You can have a naughty, snotty-nosed kid. You can have 2 different baby daddies. You can be overweight. You can have a bunch of student loan debt. And just by default, you automatically deserve to have a good man because your turn. Why? What value do you add into this relationship? What value do you add into the household? And please miss me with that cooking and cleaning bullshit. We got dishwashers. We got DoorDash. The washing machines and dryers practically wash the clothes themselves. They almost pick them up from the floor, put them inside themselves, and then wash them and then spit them back out. Right? We don't need the same things that we need in yesteryear, and you keep on talking about everything is modern, but you keep bringing to the front of the congregation what it is that you value that is of yesteryear that don't even have the same value as it did before, right? How can you say, okay, well, I can take care of myself based off of the modern amenities and the different things that men built for us? I don't need to be traditional. But then when I say, well, what is it that you add value into this relationship with? You keep talking about how you can cook and clean. Fam, ChatGPT can spit that shit out for you to be able to just follow directions. You ain't even doing it the same way that grandma used to do it. You don't even know how to cook greens without it being in a can. You don't know shit about greens. You don't even know how to make cornbread unless it's the Jiffy shit. So please miss me with that part of it, okay? Miss me with that part. When I say what is your inherent value, right, to the organization of our household, to our family, why should he marry you? Why should he take the 2-for-1 deal? I'm curious as to why you deserve a good man, right? And so when I talk to my fellas, it's not that I'm telling them to stay away from women, it's that I'm telling them to divest themselves from the things that's not best for them because they deserve more. What we haven't realized and what we're coming to the conclusion of is that when you start to listen to people and you start to align yourself with the right group of people, they start to see that, hey, wait a minute, my ceiling is here. I'm better than what my circumstances are. I'm better than what it is that I value myself to be. I'm better than the women that I've been even allowing to be in my presence. She don't even really deserve to be here, right? I've elevated. I've gone above and beyond what her capabilities are. Why should she be here? In every other organization in the world, we use sentiment. We use emotions to determine, right, in our personal relationships, why people should still be there. But if you don't keep performing on their job, they got to let you go. Fuck that loyalty shit. You ain't performing. You're not adding no value into the organization. We are an organization that is going to let you go because you no longer add any value, and we've out-innovated what your capabilities are. You did not keep up, right? If you are on a job and you're not continuing to update your skill set, if you're a software engineer and you're not continuing to learn whatever the latest technologies are and how it is that they can be applied to whatever it is that you're putting together, then at some point you become obsolete and they bring in a younger model, right? A different person that just came fresh out of high school, that does not require the same salary that you've grown to expect, right? And then they bring them in and they replace you. First, they become your boss and then they eliminate you because they no longer need you, right? So if in every other organization and in every other environment and every other society, they out-innovate you because they lay you off when they no longer have any value for you, Why should we then continue to subject ourselves when we look at everything from a business perspective? Women by default look at everything from a business perspective because they understand that hypergamy is looking for the best available option. At any point, you can be out the door. If she decides that she don't like you anymore because you got laid off of your job for the next 3 months, she gonna say, I can do good by my damn self. I don't need you. If at any point she no longer sees the value in who you are, she gonna be saying, listen, I can be doing good by my damn self. What do I need you here for? You've been taking care of her whole life. And then if you get laid off for the next 3 to 6 months, she can't endure long enough to actually do the thing that's in her own best interest. So if she's making a conscious decision from a business perspective that she can do good all by her damn self, why should you then be overly loyal to a group of people that don't even add any value into your life in the first place, let alone they can't even keep up with the times or continue to be innovative enough to make themselves relevant in your life as you continue to ascend up the ladder? Think about it. Think about it. And think about it not just from the perspective of what you're dealing with. Think about it from the perspective of where you at. It's some guys that's watching this right now. It's some guys that's live streaming this right now. It's some people that are listening to this that are 20, 30, 40, 50 years old. And let me help you to understand something, gentlemen. You are not even close to what A, you are capable of, and B, where you're going to be at. You are not even close to A, what you're capable of, and B, where you're going to be at. When you evaluate, and I'm not telling y'all to be by yourselves forever, but if you decide that you want to be with somebody, right? Because I know a lot of people and everybody that I talk to, especially on coaching calls, say that, Anton, I do want to be in relationships, right? And if you decide that you want to rock out with somebody, when you evaluate them, are you evaluating them based off of how you feel at that moment, or are you evaluating them based off of where you're going to be 10 to 20 years from now? Because you are a king, you just a prince right now, and so princes sometimes they go slumming and they go and fuck with the help, but that don't mean the help was supposed to be a princess and then ultimately they queen because they still the fucking help. You got to be able to slot these people accordingly. And I'm telling you to look at this from a ruthless perspective because life is fucking hard. And when it comes to the fact that she told you that she loved you at that particular moment, it's going to be a completely different situation when you got to go and hire the lead attorney in order to make sure that you defend yourself in family court in order to just see your fucking son. In order to just try to convince her to even let you see your son so he can know what masculinity looks like. I'm trying to tell you. Shout out to you. I'm going to be reading that super chat shortly. I'm trying to tell you, it's going to be a situation where whatever it was that she was telling you when you was fucking on her is going to be a completely different conversation when y'all standing in front of that judge and you got to pay $450 an hour in order to get the lead attorney to give you some advice.